Hi, we're Team Hungry Dogs, and I'm Robin Wong.
I'm Joe Travis.
I'm Lucas Young.
And today we're here to present our design process for our short animatic, Hungry Daughters of Starving Mothers, written by Alyssa Wong and then adapted by us. Hungry Daughters of Starving Mothers is about hereditary addiction and how it poisons the relationships between friends, families, and lovers. The story is set in modern New York City with two modifiers, a new tech and a new predator species. To incorporate that feeling of toxicity into our world building, it is represented through our vapor technology that warps textures, paint, and atmosphere. To manifest that motif in solid objects and architecture, we have decided to use snakes, which further emphasize the dangerous nature of this world and its venomous characters. All our predators have snake-like elements in their costumes and their homes. To keep it relatively simple, we will call these predators vampires, who eat the sins of humans and their soul. After they eat them, they transform into them, enjoying their body and memories. They can then regurgitate the soul and store them for later usage, such as smoking, drinking, or cooking. Our main character Jenny is a mid-20s Taiwanese American trying to live her life while dealing with her appetite for human sin. Hard-headed, stubborn, and very proud. She's a dangerous mix for an addict. She feeds off of petty criminals until the event of her story. The snake motif is manifested in the silhouette of her hair, clothing detail, and her posture. The vapor can be seen in the texture of her clothes. This is Ma, Jenny's mother, a previous beauty that had seduced New York's most dangerous, now a relic of who she once was due to her hoarding and erratic behavior after she devoured Jenny's father. We based her off of the Chinese green tree viper, incorporating elements of scales and snake-shaped accessories. Our vapor motif can be seen in the patterning of her clothing and overall texture. This is Aiko, Jenny's childhood friend, a normal human woman that has nothing but love and care for Jenny in her heart. She's a talented baker and works as a caterer for Manhattan's most exclusive parties. She has no vampiric appetite nor addiction, so her design stays as bubbly and fluffy as possible. This is Soyeon, one of New York's most powerful and ancient vampires. She represents everything that Jenny could become. She has a twisted appetite due to decades of consuming all kinds of criminals, and she now delights in preparing her meals herself. Her snake motif is seen in her scarf, her posture, and her clothing, like her coattail. As she is a vampire in her prime, the vapor motif is more heavy-handed in her slick, oily texture and the shape of her hair.
Next, I'm going to talk about the design of the mother's apartment. The mother's apartment is filled with a red haze to reflect Ma's traditional ties. Her apartment is littered with old furniture and boxes, showing that she is unable to throw away the past. The apartment's trash is designed in a way that forces the mother to move around in a snaky path. There is a shrine at the end of the hallway where Ma collects jars filled with the souls of her victims. Sitting above the rest of the jars is a special jar filled with the soul of Jenny's father. Snaky pipes flow through the ceilings, connecting leaky gas lamps. Jenny's room is hidden behind trash, and there's broken pictures and old toys left behind from when Jenny used to live there. At the end of the snaky path is the mother's bedroom, filled with trash except for the corner where she sits and plays online mahjong all day. When the users have consumed souls, they become engulfed in a psychedelic high. Snaky swirls start to appear around them and seep out from their body. Their environment also changes when they consume souls. Swirls from the vapor in the TV leak out, and wallpaper opens up to reveal swirls underneath the walls. When in the psychedelic high, it causes users to see grotesque insects and snakes embedded in their food. There are 3 different locations in our story: Manhattan, Ma's apartment, and Flushing's. Manhattan lamps are color-coded soft gold and contained in elegant glass balls that don't leak vapor. Ma's apartment is color-coded red to symbolize the traditional aspects of her. Often the lamps are leaking, causing there to be a red haze that coats her apartment. Flushing's is color-coded toxic green. The lights are completely busted open, causing it to shower green vapor and coat the city in a thick green fog.
For the look of the vapor, the form was inspired by the animal sculptures by Beth Kivner, especially the brushstroke-like texture that blends the hard edge with soft forms, creating an illusion that is neither like solid or liquid. For the color, we decided to use black instead of any toxic color, because the environment of our art style is already saturated with several dominating theme colors. So to avoid readability issues, we decided to make the vapor look dark. So-young's apartment is a combination of elements from the Industrial Revolution and the modern high-end apartment design. There are steel pillars that serve as the supporting structure of the whole apartment, and decorative structures that are made of metal bars. For example, the screen strip serving as the handrail of the spiral stairs, the big abstract statue in the living room center that made of stainless steel, and etc. For Jenny's apartment, her kitchen is the only part we can see in her apartment, so we focused on the color in that frame over the design. There is a bright and warm light shining on the characters, mostly focusing on Aiko, hinting that she is a beam of light that lights up the darkness inside Jenny. For our 3D to 2D process, we designed a workflow that utilizes a custom-made Blender EV shader group that converts realistic texture to stylized color maps, and the fine edge filter in Photoshop, which provides a final touch to the rough output from Blender.